Wabarakatuh and hi to everyone. So I hope that from the first slide that you are fully motivated to learn for this course, and I would like to remind you that for whatever has happened before, for the previous semester or maybe your failure or something that you don't really manage to achieve your target, whatever it is, just let it go. All right, so it's time to move forward and open up a new chapter. I mean, it should apply to every other course and every other semester because, but you have to make sure that you learn from the mistake that you have committed before so that you can move forward and redeem from the mistake that you have committed. All right, so in this slide, I'm gonna kind of give I'm going to explain in kind of details about the course introduction so that everyone is aware what the course is all about and what the course requires us to master and to kind of score. All right, so let's move on to the learning outcomes. So basically, we have for the course we have three learning outcomes. The first one is to identify the appropriate techniques to analyze engineering problems involving the concepts of probability, variance hypothesis techniques, or linear regression, which is which covers C4, which is quite high, and will be covered by PO1. And second one, okay, let's take a look at what is PO1. All right. Just in case if you have forgotten what is PO1, what is PO2, and what is PO11. Okay, so this PO1 is cognitive. All right, so it means say that you have to do the cognitive. You have to do something. It involves something that you do. So it means say that you have to apply. You have to do apply the knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals, and engineering specializations to the solution of complex engineering problems. All right. So hopefully that you can relate with the first one. So basically, you just have to identify and to apply the knowledge. All right. And the second one is to analyze the engineering problems involving concepts of probability, variance hypothesis techniques, or linear regression, which is also C4 and covered by PO2. So let's take a look what is PO2. So PO2 is identify, formulate, research literature, and analyze complex engineering problems, reaching substantiated conclusion using first principles of mathematics, natural science, and engineering sciences. All right, so this is this is PO2. All right, moving on to LO, which is learning outcomes 3, which is to explain data analysis techniques which is related to engineering problems. So in this case, A3, CS, and TS, and will be covered by PO10 and PO11. So PO10 is on communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with the engineering community and with society at large, such as being able to comprehend and write effective reports and design documentation, make effective presentation, and give and receive clear instructions. And PO11, which is function effectively as an individual and as a member or leader in diverse teams and in a multidisciplinary setting for PO11. So basically PO10 and PO11 will be covered by the project, which will be explained later on. And please take note that this is PO, right? P10 is effective, which affect your personality. Okay, moving on to the next slide, which is the synopsis. Basically, the course covers the fundamental of statistics, elements of probability theory, random variables, sampling theory, hypothesis testing, linear regressions, and correlations. But emphasis is given to discrete distributions, continuous distribution, as well as confidence intervals for the mean and the variance. So these are the subject or the topic that will be covered. And in details, it is according to the week. So basically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 to cover, which is 10 main topics to cover. Basically, we have fundamentals of statistic. Second one is elements of probability theory. Proceed with random variables, as well as discrete density functions. Follows by discrete probability functions. Okay, moving on, we have continuous density distributions, follows by continuous probability distributions, as well as sampling theory, hypothesis testing, and linear regressions and correlations. So basically, these are the topics that we covered in this semester. So the total evaluation of 100%, there will be test 1 and test 2, which carries 15%, as well as collaborative project, which is 30%, and final examination, which carries 40%. So I'm gonna explain in details about the collaborative project after this. Okay, basically collaborative project, the project carries 30% of the overall marks. But please refer to Putra Blast for the list of the group members. I have updated the list of your group members over there. And the collaborative project basically is to design and to carry out the experiment so that we can get a combination of a compilation of data. So basically, the project shall demonstrate careful planning, the good logic of data collection, and analytical concept as according to the course requirements. Okay, the guidelines for the data collection for the project. First one is pick a subject of your interest that I'm going to list down after this. Second one is to plan, conduct, and analyze the results of findings. But it should involve at least 2 factors to determine the effects of the factors on the numeric response variables. But bear in mind that each factor must have at least 2 levels, and one factor must have more than 2. And use at least 3 replicates per treatment. You must have a numeric response variable. However, please take note that a completely observational study or analysis of data collected by others will not be accepted. But most importantly, the project shall not need major time and money investment in data collection. Okay, here are the list of the topics of the project. The first one is the response is electric current, and the factors are type of resistance and resistance value. The second one is the response is the electric current, and the factors are brand and type or type of battery and battery voltage. The third one is the response is the water quality. The factors are pH, color, and turbidity. And the fourth one is the response is the airspeed indicator in knot unit. And the factors are size of propeller and length of wings. So last one will be the response is airspeed indicator in knots unit, and the factors are dimensions of aerodynamic planes and size of aeroplanes. So basically for the social science, there are the list of topic for the social science, which is you can conduct the study or the study through questionnaire. But the trick is they have more factors than the experimental studies. Okay, so the first one is the response is the occurrence of flood in Malaysia. The factors are drainage systems, number of populations, water catchment, as well as structural plans. So next up is the response is the insurance value, which is the amount of insurance for the person. The factors are age, race, monthly income, and medical history. So the third one is the response is the food waste separation practiced. Factors are age, gender, location, and educational qualifications. And the fourth one is the response is number of planes in Malaysia in 1 month. And the factors are inbound locations, types of airports, flight ticket price, and seasons, which is the holiday seasons or what kind of seasons that they have or we have in Malaysia. And last one is the response is the haste IPU number. And the factors are wildfire, humidity, demographic location, as well as industrial activity. So after this, after this slide, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna I'm gonna publish a post on Putra Blast, which is the PTC thing. So you can choose your your topic of interest for the collaborative project. Okay, all right. So after this, the next slide is going to be on the introduction of the statistic. So basically, it will cover the two different types of statistic. All right. So see you in the next slide. All right. Thank you.